Hi there, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Vibing with Lady VAR, the football detective. Today, I'll be talking with a Manchester United fan, and he'll be giving his predictions for the Euros 2020 tournament, which was actually postponed last year because of the pandemic, and also a recap on Manchester United's performance last season. It's good to have you on the show.
It's my pleasure.
Okay. Now, the Euros 2020 tournament will be starting tomorrow, the 11th of June to 11th of July 2021. We have 6 different groups, 4 teams each, and the best 16 to proceed to the knockout stage.
Yep.
So, what teams and players do you look out to stand outstanding during the competition? And which team do you finally predict to win the tournament? So, what are your expectations?
It will be so quick to say which teams will win the tournament, but I think that looking at the qualifications, I would
Okay.
say some underdogs that need to be watched, and one of them is playing tomorrow, and that is Turkey. Turkey is an underdog we need to watch seriously because the way they qualified and the goals they scored are just interesting. So, but I don't think Turkey is going to win eventually, but it's a team that we need to watch. I see them being a surprise team like Portugal was when they won this tournament last time. So I think it's a team to watch. Then I think the old guards, Germany, Spain, will still be on top. Germany, Spain. Um, which team do I throw into the third? France.
From Belgium,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll throw France into it, and then Belgium and Holland will struggle to make anything. But Belgium is the fourth. Holland is out, so yeah, these three.
Portugal.
Uh yeah, my man is there, Cristiano Ronaldo, but and
Well,
Bruno Fernandes, who did magic yesterday with his goals, but. Mm, 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 mm. I don't think they're really so tight that they can win this tournament. But I will give it to Germany, France, Spain again. Then Portugal will come fourth. Then Italy fifth. This is my arrangement. I don't know why I don't count England, but I don't know. I don't know. They have a course.
okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so remind us your winners for the your prediction for the Euros 2020.
I still have fears in prediction. I'm not a very good predictor, but as I said, Spain, Germany, France. So these three, any of these three will emerge at the finals. But if you want me to risk everything, I don't know. I don't like doing that. But I would say at the
France.
at the finals, we'll have um, this is what I hate to do. At the finals we'll have Spain, and Spain must be there. Then Germany or France. Any of these two. The
Okay.
winner, I don't know. I can't tell you. But let me. I would say Spain will be there at the finals.
Okay.
They're not.
All
I mean,
right.
they're wobbly. Don't think that I believe Spain is a super team. But
Yeah.
I believe in the talents they have. I believe in the talents France has too, more than even Germany. But these three teams will be at the finals. But I say watch out for Turkey. Watch out for Turkey. They could spring surprises along the way. I mean, if they get to semifinals, they have really shown some improvement. So, but be ready for Turkey. If they retain the way they played at the qualifications, it's a team for us to watch out and see how they go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And what players are you looking out for to stand outstanding?
Um, my usual players, you know, um, Cristiano Ronaldo. I will begin with my team.
Okay.
Fernandez, you know. Um, I think for France, Kante, Mbappe, they will step
Obviously.
up. They will step up, and I mean, the Spanish players they will always step up. But at least in I watch the record of Cristiano Ronaldo, and I believe he will break records. And I want to watch out that Bruno, not really because he's gonna score much goals, but at least he will perform, you know, good. Then I want to watch out for Mbappe and Kante. Um, yeah, if Lewandowski was a German player, I would say uh, he would be there, but he's not. So I don't know why you have not asked me why I don't really rate England. Why don't I rate England? I don't know, but I believe England has a very big curse with Euros.
Why is that?
I don't know. They've not been able to achieve anything with all the class of players they've had.
Exactly.
You know, with Rooney, with all those star players you ever thought of. They've had all of them, and no way. I mean, those players were better than what they have now. Kane,
Yeah.
okay, Kane is good, but what else? When you compare Kane with their past stars, come on, it's nothing. You know, so I really don't know what they are going to do. But
They can actually build the spell
they
this
can, they
season.
can, they can. I see them in
Yeah.
the semifinals.
Okay.
Yeah, see them in the semifinals. So that's the much I can give them. They have this thing that when it matters, they just fail you. But they have a star-studded team. But it's been like that even before now. The best
Yeah, for a
star-studded
long time.
teams have always come from England. It's also been a problem with Netherlands. They've also had that problem for a while. Belgium, they've also had that problem for a while. So why they have the stars, the team does not always gel. And that's the difference. You know why? Teams that have more of their local players within do better. Most of their stars within the country do better. That's why Spain, France, Germany, they do better because most of their players are within. They interact with each other. They play along in the league often. England is the same, but England has a, you know, I don't know what the problem is, but they have a hyped situation where they are more in the TV and media than the actual play itself. So, but Spain, France, Germany, these players are there. They groom out. There's a difference. A difference. There's a difference, and not from they are from particular teams. Like when you look at Spain, you see Real Madrid, you see Barcelona, you see,
Yes.
the couple of their players come from there. If you go to Germany, you see Borussia Dortmund, you see so
Bayern.
Bayern. So yeah, Bayern. So but I'm just saying that the bulk of their players come from these teams.
Yeah,
It means
same thing.
these people
That's
play together always. So that's why it's difficult to get them. That's why we think that Portugal did a magic because they are scattered all over, but they came together as a team, believing in themselves. Um, but apart from that, the countries that do better have their teams together. So I believe England will have to do better because their teams also this time they selected from a group of teams that the top teams that they can actually use and do better. And also, what we have to note about England is that in their country, in their Premier League, the best players are not from England. In Germany, in Spain, in France, the best players are often from those countries. If you look at it, so these are differences, and that's why I think that England has a good team, a good league, but who are those making the league tick? Foreigners. So that is one of the key things we need to watch out with England and Spain and France and Germany. The differences they have is homegrown players. Yeah.
all right. It's starting tomorrow, so let's see how it goes.
Yeah. So,
Um,
what's your prediction tomorrow? I know you're the one asking the questions, but
well, I can't give any predictions. I
I
just
I
have to.
I I I think, let me make my own predictions.
Okay.
Basically, I think that um Turkey and Italy might come to a draw. If there
Okay.
will be a win, if there will be a win, it will be like 1-0.
Okay.
I don't really know. To be honest with you, I don't really know what the Italian team is like. It's one of the teams that I am so not sure what they can do, and that's why they are tricky. I'm not sure what they can do, but I think that that game will end in draw or one goal difference. And if there's any goal to be scored, we'll give it to Turkey.
Okay.
Then, going forward, the other days and Saturday, Wales, Switzerland, I will give it to Switzerland. My draw. And then Denmark, Finland, Denmark, of course. Belgium, Russia, Belgium, of course.
Belgium, of
This,
course.
this is for tomorrow and Saturday. So we'll see
Yeah.
how it goes. I don't want to go further than that. But England will win their first match. So mark it on
Okay,
Sunday.
that's fine.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your team, Manchester United. From
Okay.
not starting too well at the
Yeah.
beginning of the season to finishing second place, going to the Europa final and
Mhm.
losing to Villarreal. So, what do you have to say about your club's general performance all through last season?
Uh, Man U is a surprise team. I mean, nobody gave them the chance to be where they were. And I still think that a lot of things, a lot of factors brought them to that stage. We can't discount the fact of COVID-19. It was still operational even at that period. So that's one. Two, our players stepped up at a time that other teams were not stepping up. We must give that,
Yes.
we must say that. Because if it were like at the middle of the table that Liverpool and Chelsea woke up the way they did, Man U would have been out. But they woke up late. Chelsea, for instance, they woke up very late, and then Liverpool, those two teams woke up very late. But at the point that we were doing what we did, these teams were out of camp, out of circulation, and we were able to do that. I don't think that if we don't make an investment this summer, that we will find that strategy anymore. It's going to be tougher because I believe that these teams, Chelsea, Liverpool, even Arsenal, they're so spiked and they want to come back with venom. And unless you have a matching strategy, it will be difficult for you to counter. So I would say that we were good at times. It wasn't the best performances, but we were good, especially in the away matches. On the road, we were almost perfect, So that's also something that counted for us. But we cannot continue that way and hope to do something this coming season. So I think it was good. We're in the second place. We're losing grip already. If the match continued for 2 or 3 more weeks, it would have been a difficult place to maintain. But yeah, we're lucky to have been there. And I give it to the boys. Give it to Ole a little bit because he's not my favorite coach, but he's okay. We managed to get there.
Okay, talking about your coach, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So he missed out an opportunity to win his first trophy as United's manager when he lost to Unai Emery at the Europa final. So let's talk about his patterns and his decisions. Is it the same? Is there any change or improvement? And is he actually working out for the team?
I don't think, as I said, I'm not his favorite fan, but I would just be honest and objective in analyzing the last match. Um, I think, as I said, Man U was already on the decline at the end of the season. So towards the end of the season, we were at a decline. So it was obvious that teams which we couldn't beat would beat us. So it was already on the decline. We were sinking. We are lucky that we garnered a lot of points, and then the bottom two in the fourth position were on a very big struggle. So Leicester City, Chelsea, Liverpool, they were West Bromwich. So they were all struggling. So,
Yeah.
but that is to say that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's tactics weren't exactly working. We didn't have the best of players, especially in the midfield, defensive midfield. We didn't have the best of it. And if they don't invest on that, they're not going anywhere next season. So his strategy was not good for that Villarreal match. I expected him to do a lot of changes in the second half to strengthen the midfield and then the defense so that they can counter what Villarreal was. I think Villarreal came to that match with the notion that Man U will win. And their strategy was to block, defend, and see how much they can get out of it. I don't think they were really intentional at winning, but they were at least like, let's defend and see how we can go through this. If we succeed, then we can get the energy. And that's what they did. When Emery did that, which worked out well, as they contained Man U, they started building confidence. Well, we can win this match. We can win this match. And it became aggressive, and Man U lost it. And as Emery was making his changes, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was preparing for penalties. That's a very defeatist approach. Was preparing for penalties. Look at when he made the changes. 90
Yeah,
minutes
very
gone. So it was so shameful for me that he couldn't plan to win that match. It was already okay. We're going to penalties, so we have to bring players who can play the penalties and see how it goes. And he didn't make the changes correctly, because if he did think that penalties is the key, we'd have changed the goalkeeper. That's the risk he would have taken. He doesn't like taking risks. That's why I don't like him as a coach. There are matches you have to take risks. That match was a match risks needed to be taken.
okay. So, what do you actually think is Manchester United's problem? Some players, the coach, or the management?
I think we also can't give ourselves much credit of having the best quality of players, especially in the midfield. As I said, we don't have it. We don't have it. We needed somebody like Conte. You know, every team needs a Conte. But even at that, if you go back to Leicester City, for instance, you see Ndidi, see what he was able to do.
Yeah.
You see some of these teams that stepped up. Their defensive midfielders were key to their success. You know, we couldn't pass balls, we couldn't hold on to balls, we couldn't attack. McTominay and Fred, you know, were not the best we could have had at that point. So it's really difficult for us to go ahead without a serious defensive midfielder. Now, when Fred failed, I expected Soldier to use, even though Magic is still not the best of players, but he has the experience. He has the experience. I expected him to use him, maybe and McTominay. Uh, uh, Matic is a conscious defensive midfielder. He knows his position. He knows what to do at that point. He may be slow. He may hold balls, delay attack, but he knows his position. McTominay is more forward. So with him and McTominay coming back and pushing forward, that would have helped. But with Fred and the combination he did was not fantastic. So that's my expectation. And we need to invest in defensive midfield. The defense, yes, we need to invest there. And if we get a very good defensive midfield, then we can manage the defense. We can actually they can get some reprieve and be able to reply to attacks. So that will be better. So, but defensive midfield important.
Okay, you don't think changing a coach will do something good?
I don't think there's any coach that is good in the market right now. That is the type that Man U can do that is in the market. Allegri, who, yeah, but no, I don't think there's need. There could be need for a change of coach, maybe in January. Let's see what coaches are available in the market. But for now, I don't think we have that quality that is in the market. What the Man you can do is to shop for players. When they do, then we can now see where the problem is. I don't always like Ole, but there's a need for stability. Believing that the gains we made this season is real gain. You know, believing that they are real gains, because if they are false gains, they will collapse before January. If they are false gains, they will collapse before January, and the management can now look out for a coach. But if they are real gains, they will continue to move ahead and improve. So we need. I don't think sacking Ole now is the best approach. Let us retain him, see what happens between August and January, and then we can now say whether he is really improving the team or not. So far, the indices are not very clear to tell him to go away or to stay. But by next season, the first quarter, it will be very complete, and we can know. But they have to shop. They have to shop. They have to shop.
Okay, okay. So do you see your team winning any trophy next season?
That's a hard question. We could win the FA, win
Um,
by community. I mean, I don't know what we can win, but honestly, but I think being in the fourth, in the first four next season is all I hope we can do. I don't know. We have those FA Cup. It could be something we can do, but apart from that, I
Champions
don't
League,
expect.
Premier
I
League,
don't expect Champions League. I don't expect Premier League.
Premier League.
Being in the first four will be what we may do. Well, and I say it will all depend on who they shop for and what happens between August and December. It will be dependent on that. So if we hear the news of the players that are buying, then we can say, yeah, we predict rightly. But as it is now, with the current staff we have, the current players we have, the current staff, I think being in the first four is our magic by next season. That's all we hope to do. I don't think we can win any tournament, but if we can win anything, it might be playing the FA Cup finals.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for joining me on the show. I hope
Mm.
to see you more often some other time.
I'll be glad to join you all the time. And as we go to the Euros, we can always make an analysis of the games and how it goes. And thank you
All
for
right.
what you do and keep working on it. Lady Va.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and follow all my social media handles at Vibing with Lady VAR and drop in your comments and reviews. See you next time. Bye.